So for today's assignment or activity, we are going to practice naming covalent compounds based on our notes from yesterday. And so these are the practice problems that we are going to do. I want you to stay on Zoom while you're working on these practice problems. And then we're going to go over the answers. And then we are going to have a homework quiz today based on this practice. It's not that hard. You took the notes yesterday. We're going to practice today. Your homework quiz is open notes and open worksheet. So the practice you do right now will be for a quiz that we're going to take at the end of the period today. So please stay on Zoom as you are practicing, and we're going to be practicing in here. If you have any questions at all, you can unmute and ask me, or you can type it in the chat, and I'll be answering questions for anybody as we do this practice. I'm going to pause my recording. So number one, it says nitrogen tribromide. What do we know about the nitrogen? How many nitrogens are there? One, because remember, if there's one of the first element, we don't put mono. If there was anything else, it would have a prefix. So since it doesn't have a prefix and it's the first element, we know there's just one nitrogen. Then we have tribromide. So how many bromines are there going to be? 3. And that's how we go. On the bottom, they're going to ask you to do the naming. Okay, so let's look at 11 really fast. Just to remind ourselves, this is going in the opposite direction. Here it shows us P4. So what prefix are we going to use for 4? Tetra. So it becomes tetraphosphorus. And then we've got S5. So what prefix do we use for that? Penta. And what do we write after penta? Sulfide, because we changed the ending of the second element to ide. So again, this is based on yesterday's notes. I'll leave this still now so those of you at home can be doing it just like on a piece of paper. And we'll go over the answers in a little while. So here are the answers for our worksheet, and I'm going to read them out loud in case that helps you guys who are having trouble seeing. It is up to you. If you'd like to write them down, you can. If you want to keep practicing and check against Grace Morgan's before you take the quiz, you can do that too. So number 2 is B6SI. Number 3, ClO2. 4 is capital H, capital I. 5 is capital I, capital F, 5. Number 6 is N2O3. Number 7 is NH3. 8 is PI3. 9 is H2O. 10 is P2O5. Number 12, I forgot to tell you, when it's just one element, we just write the name of that element. Even though there's 2 oxygens, it's just oxygen. We call it oxygen or oxygen gas. And we'll learn more about that in some notes next week. Number 13 is sulfur hexafluoride. 14, disilicon hexabromide. 15 is sulfur tetrachloride. 16 is carbon tetrahydride. 17 is diboron monosilicide. 18 is nitrogen trifluoride. 19 is dihydrogen monoxide. And 20 is dinitrogen pentoxide. Any questions on those? Okay. So I'm going to assign your homework quiz on this. I will leave the answers up for people who are not ready or have not completely checked their answers. And those of you at home can either stay on the Zoom or you may get off the Zoom, but I want you to take the homework quiz this morning during first period. Thanks.